Yeah, hi friends, and today in topic I am going to discuss like a programming and program preparation, and these are like objective going I am going to cover in this topic like describe the program technique and needed in embedded SQL programs, like in the application program, and then describe like a program preparation flow. And if we are going to discuss, these are like application program, these are like a commands we are using like SQL commands, and we have like basically we have like a three types is there SQL command: DDL and DML and DCL. What is DDL? Data definition language. Under DDL we have like again three sub command like a we can able to create, alter, drop. To easily remember, we can use like a CAD create, alter, drop. And another command like we have like a DML, data manipulation language. Under the DML we have like a select, insert, update, delete. To remember this command we can use like a synonym called a CUDI: select, update, delete, insert. Similar like we have like another command like a SQL command DCL. Under the DCL we have like a data control language. We have we will grant, revoke, set, explain, lock. But basically we are using like a mostly three command: grant, revoke, and set variable. And these are like the host language supported. These are the different languages it will support: and COBOL 2, and PL1, Fortran, C, Assembler, ADQ, Visual Gen, and CSP, program language, LISP, Basic, and ALP. But I in this topic I am going to cover only the COBOL. How we can able to use in the COBOL program, they have the statement like a host variable, and these are like a syntax for the command. Whenever you are going to write any of the commands in a DB2 program, we have to use the like delimiter called exec SQL and end exec in between the SQL statement. That's what we have to identify that is in COBOL, and these are like a different types of languages. Like what is the delimiter for each languages, but in this topic we are going to cover only the basic of the COBOL only. And to identify any SQL statement, we must be code like in between exec SQL and end exec. And the we have like a next one is like host variable. What is the host variable? Whenever you're going to like a update and passing, these are like host variable basically used to supply values to the DB2, and whenever you are going to receive the value from DB2, we are using the host variable. How to identify whether it is a host variable or like a, not is a difference between host variable and DB2 variable? The host variable must be having preceded with the colon here. You can able to see like a preceded with the colon with reference to SQL statement. Sample, this is like sample statement like whenever SQL select phone number from employee table, and I am given condition in condition column name. This is the employee number, and inside between I am given like a colon and employee. This is a variable name, and it identifies it is a host variable. Means I am given in the condition select statement like passing the value from before like a select statement. I need to pass like employee some data into the employee, then only I can use like in the host variable. So we can able to the select statement it will search by using the host variable what is an input of for this query here. And one more point, like host variable cannot be used to represent a table or like a view or column name. We have to use only the data variable inside for the host variable to pass or receive the value. And this is like how the in COBOL like we have to use like in COBOL program how to pass the data. Earlier I had told like how to pass the variable in host variable. We can able to see some example how to by in the program how we can able to pass the data. In COBOL program we are declared a working storage system. This is some of the variable, and inside I am moving some variable data into the variable like host variable. How to identify it is a host variable or DB2 variable means we have to give like a colon in for the whenever giving the input for the column name. Last name is equal to this is an input host variable. What is host variable? This value contain mean I am before calling this select update statement I am passing some value here. Whenever you are giving update, it update the table name and set last name will be like a Higgins, and where the employee number, what is an employee number corresponding to 60 here. This is like a how to pass the data into the COBOL program. This is like a through via through host variable, and this is a PL1 and this is a C, and this is the assembler. You can ignore it. whenever who knows like assembler, they can able to see the commands. And like we can instead of program also we have like a directly by using some of the standard system defined variable I want to pass to without in the host variable, then we can use like a set parameter, set host variable. This is like a set command and host variable name. If you use like a set dot colon and the variable name and current date, I am passing like current time into the this host variable, and then I will use this host variable whenever like a going giving select and update statement. Similar like I am using like a user ID host variable, I am passing user here. There are like other different types of system special register is there. We can able to pass user current time and date current timestamp here. This is like a basically pass like a system defined variable. Only this type of variable only we have to use to pass the set host variable. Other than this like a system defined variable, we have if you need to pass like user defined variable, then you must use like in COBOL program. This is the method like to pass the data here. You need to pass like a move and some value from this host variable. This is like a system defined data, but this is like a set parameter used to pass only system defined data. And next we have like a different how to differentiate like what is the data type in DB2 and what is the corresponding COBOL here. Whenever you can able to see these are like values in the DCLgen also. What type of data is like what it corresponding DB2 picture class it is generated in DCLgen. We can able to see in the some of the values like these are like a DB2 field data types, and these are like a COBOL picture class corresponding COBOL picture class. This is the PL1. And as for small int, this is a picture class. Friends, sometimes the interview may ask like what is the picture class for the integer in COBOL corresponding picture class. You may tell like S9 of 9 comp and small int like a S9 of 4. How many bytes it will take? 2 bytes. Earlier we have previous session we already discussed like a small int how many bytes and integer how many bytes. And what is the corresponding picture class? Now in this topic I am going to discuss like a small int can having this is S9 of 4 comp 2 bytes it will take, and integer S9 of 9 4 comp it is having 4 bytes. Similar like one more important variable like a decimal. We in DB2 we have mentioned only n comma m. Means what is the corresponding picture class in COBOL means S9 of n minus m means we need to subtract the n minus m and v9 of m means whatever we have to define here like a decimal point value. This is like a m value here, but any n nothing but n minus m here in COBOL. But if you are going to decimal like in DB2, this is the sum of the n plus n m, and this is like a float double precision point, and how to define like a real float comp 1. Similar like char we have to define x9 of n, and varchar how to define s9 of n, s9 of 4 comp, and you can use like a x of n. We have to define both value. We will see like how to define the char varchar in the COBOL structure. But we must use both because the S9 of 4 comp it will indicate the length of the field, and this is like x of 9 n nothing but actual text whatever the value you are going to pass. Similar like graphic n and var graphic here, and this is the date like how many bytes it will like 10 bytes, and time it is taking 8 bytes and x of 8, and similar like timestamp it will take x of 26 bytes. This is a earlier we have told like how to define the varchar field like in COBOL we have to define like you can see like S9 of 4 comp and x of n. How we can able to identify? See in the for any varchar field this is like a standard structure we must follow here. This is a variable name. Along with the variable name we have to define S9 length field is nothing but S9 of 4 comp 2 bytes. This is a fixed, and even the level number COBOL must be shown here. See the level number for the 49 should be must use for the varchar field. If it is given 48 or 47, it must be, you will get like a compilation error. Please check in if you are doing R&D, you can change the 48 level number. You definitely will get like compilation error. For varchar field you must use what 49. Why we should use like a 49? Because our COBOL program will accept the maximum level number 0, 1 to 49. 0, 1 is the least value and 49 is highest value. So we are not using like a 48 is highest number. We must use like 49 is a allowed maximum level number in COBOL. That's why we are using maximum level number 49. Similar like how the host structure here, sample host variable we have given, we must see like this is like a individual field and this is like a group field, and I define these are like a sample values. We can see we can able to code like either one of these query to pass the data and receive the value. You can able to see like using individual host variable means I can able to use this query also, because I can able to pass select employee number and to corresponding employee number and first name individual field. That means select corresponding employee number field column name and move into corresponding field here. Otherwise we can use like a directly the group variable name. Mean what is the phone EMP? What is the group variable name here? Phone name, phone EMP. Because already the same whatever the column name you have defined in the select statement, same it should like a like a same order in the group class. Then you can use like a same into the group variable. Otherwise you must use like if your the column name is now you don't know like what is an order column name, then you can use better use like individual field name here. And this is like only if you are going this select statement will working because you are going to give employee number is a unique key, and it work only for the to return only single record. Why? Because you are giving like unique key is like employee number here. And the next topic, the main important topic for the DB2, like I think that program preparation. This is the structure of program preparation for the DB2. Initially, how the system is working inside. This is like a source program and SQL and a non-SQL. Because the source program having SQL statement, other non-SQL statement mean the COBOL statement. What will happen in the when the program is generated, like the pre-compiler will extract the SQL statement. This is a separate process, and the COBOL statement like a non-SQL statement like a modified source, and it will create like non-SQL statement. And like what is a non-SQL statement? Nothing but COBOL statement. What is how to identify that is a non-SQL? SQL means earlier we told like a for SQL statement we have like a delimiter called exec SQL and end exec. Those are like a SQL statement. A non-SQL nothing but other than in exec SQL and end exec all like a non-SQL statement. What will happen? First it will a pre-compiler will extract this SQL statement and non-SQL statement separate process. And the non-SQL statement will go like this is the process, like it will create like a compiler will check like syntax error, similar like how we are going to do COBOL compiler, and it will create like object model, and then it will by using link edit it will create the load model. Similar like a non-SQL the SQL statement by using pre-compiler it will extract the SQL statement, and then we have like a bind process, and the bind after the bind we have to use like a access path or package, and once the access package is like a DBRM will create, and once it is has been created like then it will execute the packages by using corresponding timestamp here. We will see that thoroughly the like what is the package. This is the pre-compilation stage, and we will go like each and one by one step now. This is the basic overview of the diagram. Earlier we have told like this is a step, and this is a sample flow I explained. This is like how the system is defined. Here the text is not visible, that's why I draw the diagram here. You can able to see the same program preparation. What the pre-compiler will do, it will extract the SQL statement, and non-SQL statement will go on the left side, and you can able to see the compiler and load object model and link edit, and then it will create the load model here. Similar like a pre-compiler, what pre-compiler will do, and you can see like what is an include here, what is an up arrow mark means it will take like the input. This is an output here. What is the pre-compiler here? It is input is input is an include members, and output is nothing but arrow mark down here. It is giving pre-compiler is sending from the modified source value. For the pre-compiler input is like include members, and this is like a version level number. And here you can able to see the arrow mark is going on for the SQL statement on the right side. And this is a separate process. What is the DVRM? What is the bind package? We will see that thoroughly on. And what is the DCLgen, and what is the DB2 catalog here? How we can able to create like a bind package and bind plan. But here you can able to see the overview of this diagram. I will explain now what is a compiler. See here, this is like a execSQL, and I told like earlier like what will happen in a pre-compiler. Start like SQL, and you can able to see this is like a statement. What is the pre-compiler will? Pre-compiler will replace the execSQL statement by calls here, and it will verify whether your SQL statement are correct or not, and your host variable match the DB2 data type. But it does not access the DB2. Why means you can able to see in the previous diagram, and in the pre-compiler we are directly not accessing the DB2 catalog. We have to use like DCLgen include member in between. That's why we are not accessing the DB2 here. And on which stage DB2 access we will see in the next session. Like here we can able to just know pre-compiler does not access the DB2, just it will verify the SQL statement correct or not, and it validates the host variable match the corresponding DB2 data type. And here you must include the execSQL declare table in the pre-compiler. And what is the declare table statement? You will know already that this is the declare table. Declare table statement. And here like we will see like what is the DCLgen, and we have to see like earlier like what is the pre-compiler we will know, and the next step like we will go like what is the DCL. The whole this video is based on this diagram only. I am explaining each and every step from top to bottom. First I explained initially the pre-compiler, what is the function of the pre-compiler. Now we will go like what is the DCLgen we will do. What is the DCLgen we will do? Declaration of generator. It like produces SQL declaration declare table statement, and host language variable declare for the table or view. Whatever they declare here, declare statement. See here in this diagram you can able to see that DCLgen, it will access the, it produces the include member, and it will access the DB from DB2 catalog. And these are like input nothing but table and language, what language you are using. Here I can able to see this is I am using like a DB2, and table, what table you are using. You can able to see some the important point here. Host structure and declare table can be created by using DCLgen provided in the DB2I panel. With this information, DCLgen will access the DB2 catalog to fetch the column name definition for the table, and it will generate the include member with the declare table and host structure. Mainly the DCLgen will create like it will create the include member from the DB2 corresponding DB2 catalog. And this is like a PL1 structure. You can able to see the some of the DCLgen option. What is an DCLgen option? And this diagram, whatever I explained, like a small diagram, this is the same diagram, but it is combination of the pre-compiler, and it covers these are like topic include member, DCLgen, and DB2 catalog. What is DCLgen? Contain the host structure and declare table. And what is an input here? COBOL is an input, and it generates a host structure and declare table. And where we can able to see the DCLgen option, we can able to see in the DB2I panel tool, we have like a spoofy DCLgen option. Second option nothing but a DCLgen. And we can able to see the program preparation steps, pre-compiler, what is in a bind. Here they given individual like in the sequence order, same sequence order we have to execute. Now we have covered like a DCLgen option. Earlier we told like in DCLgen it like a create the include member from by using the DB2 catalog table, and you can able to see this is a structure. What is the include member? Contain the here this is the include member name. SQL statement used to include the DCLgen output, and nested include is not allowed. Any source can be included here. What is an include? Here you can able to see to code the include member you have to use execSQL include DCLgen member. for what is contained in the DCLgen means you can able to see the structure of difference between SQL state column name corresponding COBOL structure it will create in the DCLgen. That's what we have to use include DCLgen member name. After the include member we have to use like SQL CA. This is SQL CA. What is the purpose of SQL CA? You can able to see fields in SQL CA are updated by using DB2 and values must be checked by application program. And SQL CA contains the SQL code and SQL state field used to check result of the other fields for more than detail on the condition. And here this is a program I am using like SQL statement here, execute SQL statement. And what is going to happen in DB2 update the SQL communication area. In SQL CA means it will whenever executing any SQL statement, how the return code of the SQL statement where it will be like what is the corresponding here like a minus 300 818 8005. These are like a system defined code. These are all will like to handle these error code we have to use like SQL CA. In SQL CA contain like SQL code and SQL state. It identifies the status of the SQL statement, and these are like sample code like SQL code and SQL state here. Mainly it is used like to handle the return code of the SQL statement. How to use include the SQL CA? We have to use like include SQL CA execute SQL. This is a program execute SQL and the end exec in between end exec we have to use include SQL CA. This is a sample diagram. We inside the working storage section we have defined like a include member name. We told like earlier this is a member name, DCLgen member name. After the DCLgen member name you have declared, then we have to immediately code like a include SQL CA. We can code any, it is not matter of what is, you can code a SQL CA is top and member name is below. It is not matter of the irrespective of the order. But you must code like this SQL CA and include member name. And one more thing like SQL CA, like you don't have to create like SQL CA. These are like a system defined already in the DB2. For any all programs it is having like all systems it is defined already pre-existing in SQL CA. And we can able to see till now we have covered like these are like a pre-compiler function, how the pre-compiler function will work. This is a program source means whenever having SQL DB2 statement, what DB2 pre-compiler will do, create the source and include member and corresponding DBRM. These are like output and these are like output also, but include member is an input for the pre-compiler here. But I will pass this screen here. These are like important point for the what is in a DB2 pre-compiler will do. He can tell at least 4 points in the interview. The interview like know like what is an pre-compiler will do. But if you these are like a DB2 pre-compiler will do include the DCLgen member, include the SQL CA and look for a SQL statement and verify the SQL syntax also and matching each column name and table name in SQL CA by using the declare table, and it will check like host languages and produce the DBRM and store into the PDS here. After the what pre-compiler will do means it will check SQL syntax and it will create the like DBRM. Can be invoked DB2 panel or batch also, but does not access in DB2 here. In pre-compiler we are not able to access the DB2. This is a sample example and similar like before any SQL statement call like this is like include SQL CA they included. And how to DBRM, what is the DBRM? We are told like a pre-compiler will create like a DBRM here, and what DBRM means, database request model contain the program source SQL statement. It contains only the source of the SQL statement, means contain the extracted partial SQL source and stored as a member in the partition data set, and one member created for pre-compiler and will be come into input to the bind. Friend, this is another important point. What is an input for the bind means we have to tell like a DBRM and input. What DBRM contains like these are like extracted SQL source and stored in the member of a partition data set. And here one more point, like a 1 DBRM correspondingly exactly one source module. This is like how the SQL statement after being extracted, like it will generate in the model. How to create like a pre-compiler, extract the SQL statement, how it will convert into the call statement. They can able to see this is a call model by using DSN HLI, high level language interface. What is an HLI means? High level language interface. And these are like a DSN HLI call. What it contains in a DSL HA call. It contains the DBRM name, timestamp, what is a statement number. All these value will be stored in DSN HLI call. Again, they given the program preparation overview, like what are the topics he has covered till now. Till now we have covered include member and DBRM also we have covered. So till now we came here. We will go like a next one. After DBRM we have been created like a next we are going to come into the left side, compile. What compiler will do? In the compiler we have like after pre-compilation we have like to do compile and link edit. Means in the pre-compiler I am going to cover now these steps. After pre-compiler we are going to compile and link edit. This is the left side process. And in the pre-compiler and link edit, this can be done by using DB2 panel. We have seen in DB2 also we can do, and using through JCL also we can do. In CSS command translator we can able to do by using involved in CSS also. And what link edit will do here? This is a compile. In the compile we have like a COBOL statement, only it is a COBOL. We have like a call DSN HLI object model, and then it will create like a link edit. In link edit also we have the different call convert into COBOL statement into DSN HLI statement. After link edit, then it will create like a load model. You can able to see this is like a load model. You must include the appropriate language interface here. Again, they explain the diagram like a object model, and we have seen like a object model and call statement here. This is like a call statement before compiler and call. This is object model will create here, and then we have seen like a link edit. In the link edit, after link edit, then we are going to create like a load model. And that's all for the today topic, because if you are going to cover like all topics in and the next topic is like I am going to cover in this diagram, based on diagram we have covered like all left side part. These are like a COBOL statement on the left side, or like after pre-compilation you can see. Friends, sometimes the interview may ask like draw the diagram of program preparation. You can able to see draw some of the you can draw like a high level boxes like a pre-compiler, DCL and include member, and like what is a load model, object compiler, and object link edit, and then load model on the left side. And on the right side I had till now I got like a DBRM, and we will see like what is after this diagram pending. Next is like a bind here, bind package, and what is these are like a main important topic. And if you are going to cover in this video, it will get like lengthy 1 hour time. That's why I am stopping the video here. Like in the next topic I am going to cover like a bind packages. For this today's session I am going to stop till now the left side COBOL statement I have covered, and the next video I will cover like a bind packages. Friends, if you are having any questions, if you face what are the any questions in the interview, please comment in the comment section. I will reply like if you are not able to what type of, if you are not able to understand what is an error you have faced, how to, I want to know what is an error for this error code, how to resolve this error. If you are not able to understand some of the any commands, then you can able to statements, then you can update in the comment. I will reply like how to answer the statement and what is some any words is if you are not able to understand. Friends, please share the video if you are who want to learn the mainframe system. Thank you all.